Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aubrey and this is my weekly sign by sign forecast for all of the 12 signs for the energetics coming up this week and how they will impact you, as well as a brief introduction to what we can expect energy-wise this week. Keep in mind, if you want to know and keep updated on what's happening on a day-to-day basis, check out my daily astrological outlooks every day that I do in real time. But for this video, we are specifically talking about the energetics that are in effect for the week of July 11th through July 17th, 2021, and like I said, how they will be playing out and affecting each one of the 12 signs. So this week, there are a lot of very strong activations taking place. We have some energetic shifts going on. There's some significant transits that we have coming up. But I picked out just a few of the most significant aspects that are going on this week to talk about for this weekly outlook. And I'm going to apply those same aspects in terms of how I'm interpreting the energetics this week for all of the 12 signs. So let's dive in and talk about the astrology for this week. First of all, one of the significant things that is happening this week is that the planet Mercury, which has been doing so much lately, we had a very busy Gemini cycle. Remember, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury just had its retrograde, is finally now direct and out of his retrograde shadow, and Mercury has also made 3 squares to Neptune, and these Neptune squares really did a lot to sort of confuse and make information like diluted and illusional and foggy and veiled and confusing. But on the flip side of that, also exposed quite a bit that has been hidden underneath the surface of things and that has been unclear and that has been in an illusion or in a fantasy or like in a delusion somehow, showing us what's been going on behind the scenes, essentially, in terms of information, communications, messages, all of the facts about reality. And so Mercury has been playing a significant role in the way that the energetics have been unfolding lately, and Mercury has been very close to the sun for a long period of time, and Mercury is actually going to catch back up to the sun after this week. But this 1 week, while Mercury is out of range of the sun and is considered visible in terms of ancient astrology. They said that when Mercury was close to the sun, he was considered invisible, and we are missing, some information. We don't have full clarity when Mercury is lost in the rays of the sun. But when Mercury separates to the point where Mercury becomes visible, like we have this week, then we gain some clarity. We gain some insight, some understanding in some area of our life wherever Mercury is transiting right now. So for all of us this week, generally with Mercury coming visible this week, we are going to be gaining some clarity, and we are going to, it's a good opportunity to sort of put our mental energy into the right places this week wherever Mercury is coming visible in our charts. So we're going to have some clarity. Ideas and information are going to be flowing much more streamlined this week, and we're going to be getting some information that we may have been lacking up until this point. Also, we have a big Sun opposition to Pluto going on this week. This is definitely about power struggles, and with the signs being Cancer and Capricorn, the Sun is in Cancer and Pluto is in Capricorn, this definitely might bring up sort of an urge to like retreat into our shell and avoid having to stand in our power in some way or another. Definitely power struggles coming up for all of us this week in some aspect of our lives, and I will talk all about that as I get into the 12 sign videos. But really what this is calling us to do is to care for ourselves, to nurture ourselves, and through that process to come and to stand into our own authority and into our own power so that we can't be dominated going further. That's sort of the dynamic of this Pluto-Sun opposition. And also Pluto rules like purging and purification and transformation on like deep levels. So really we're being asked to shine the light and to grow one area of our life while the opposing area of our life goes through this deep transformational processes to really like help realign us with our own authentic personal power in this area of our life. So This is a major theme that we're going to have going on this week as well, with the sun coming into opposition with Pluto. The last aspect that I want to talk about, just for this brief introduction, like I said, there's a lot going on this week, and I will keep you updated day by day in my astrological outlooks of the day. But we also have a very significant Venus and Mars conjunction that is happening this week. And it is happening on the 13th, July 13th. And so in some area of our life, we are all beginning a new cycle of having creative energy, putting creative energy into something, and we are beginning to relate to some area of our life in a new and different way that is going to take us up to the next level as we go through this Venus-Mars cycle. And it's going to bring creative energy to whatever area of our life it's impacting. And so I'm going to look at that aspect as well. And so this week is going to be, we are in a transformational process this week. It's also helping us to align with the direction that we need to take our life going forward, the blueprint that's been set out for us by universe. And there are, like I said, it's an active week astrologically, and there are a lot of energetic activations going on, but I feel like the three primary activations that we need to talk about this week specifically, just like in summary, in like the overall context, are Mercury being visible, because that is going to do a lot of good things for us, the Venus-Mars conjunction, and also the Sun-Pluto opposition. We have all of those things going on, and we're on a journey. We are on a journey. If you watched my new moon video in Cancer from yesterday, that is really talking all about the way that the energetics are playing out this cycle. This cycle is actually initiating some things that are going to take us further into the future through the end of this year and through 2022. And we're in a healing process right now as well. We also have we've had Chiron very active in the energetics this week, and we are also going through this deep process of like alchemizing our pain, our wounding, and our trauma into healing, teaching, and mastery over our experiences. So we are going deep this week with the sun opposite Pluto, but really it is trying to get us to nurture ourselves in the proper way so that we can come into contact with our own personal sense of power, our own authority over our own experience, and not be so easily dominated by others in whatever area of our life this is impacting for us. So let's jump into the sign by sign forecasts. You can find your sign linked in the description box below by the timestamp, and I will see you there. Okay, Aries. Hey Aries. All right, so for you guys, you have Mercury coming visible in your 4th house. So for you, this is going to be bringing some type of clarity in terms of family matters, things that have been going on in your home, possibly with your mother, possibly with your own mothering or with your own parenting. New ideas, new inspirations, new messages, new communications coming through, being better understood also. There is just an opportunity this week for you guys to really clear things up in terms of what's going on at home, what's going on with your home, what's going on with your family, and you should be receiving information and just getting a better idea of things regarding family matters generally that may have been unclear or you may have misunderstood. Mental energy available to put towards the 4th house issues, mothering, parenting, nurturing, how you're caring. Maybe you will get information on new ways to take care of some issue that you've been dealing with in terms of your family or in terms of your home life. This is the type of energetics, this is what Mercury is bringing you with him going visible this week in your 4th house. Now you also have Mars and Venus conjoining. Mars is one of your rulers as an ascendant in Aries, and so your chart ruler is having a conjunction with Venus, and this will be happening in your 5th house. So this is like creative energy for joy and fun, and you're really starting a new cycle of relating from the heart center. This cycle, this Venus-Mars conjunction for you guys is really trying to bring you back in alignment with the true nature of your heart and of your heart center and your authentic, like, unconditional love nature and away from the ego-centered nature of the 5th house. You guys are really going to, creative self-expression, creative projects, creative ideas, entertaining, playing games, just enjoying life, a lot of creative energy, also a lot of magnetism and like attractive force coming to you, and also potentially like some luck with playing games or just really enjoying and being attractive and magnetic in terms of your ability to entertain people, to enjoy life, and to appreciate the optimism and the joy that you get from being in alignment with your own creative self-expression. You have a lot of creative energy right now, Aries, with Venus and Mars conjoining in your 5th house. So definitely put it to work. Any ideas, any creative ideas, especially if they are in alignment with your own true creative, like authentic, heart-centered self-expression. This is how this energy is playing out for you guys, and you're starting a brand new cycle of creative self-expression that is going to take you throughout the next 2 years and evolve you up into a higher level of being able to express yourself creatively. So that is how this is playing out for you guys, Aries. Now, you have the Sun opposing Pluto this week that is happening on your 4th and 10th house axis. So this can be power struggles relating somehow to like private and public matters, like family versus career, like what's going on intimately within the home versus like public reputation, public image, how you are presenting yourself publicly. And the goal with this is to really like balance the nurturing that goes on in the home and the nurturing of the family while also standing in your own power and your own authority publicly. Finding and stepping into your personal authority. And for you guys, Aries, this week, there might just be some type of like conflict or struggle between duties and responsibilities and energy that you want to put into your home and your family, and things that are being asked of you or required of you, or that you feel like you're being dominated by in some way publicly through your career, through your public image, through your public reputation, in terms of authority figures, bosses, people that you feel have power over you, some type of conflict along these lines. And like I said, it's really calling you to nurture and grow that family area of life, that parenting, that mothering, the stuff related to your home environment, and through that process to use it to empower you to feel less dominated and less overpowered by whatever's going on publicly or in terms of your career or in terms of authority figures. Those are how these 3 energetics are playing out for you guys this week. Mercury visible in the 4th. That is information, messages, ideas, clarity regarding things about the home and the family. Sun opposite Pluto from the 4th to the 10th. So you're really wanting to nurture, put time, care, love, and like healing ability into your family, into your home environment right now, but the power struggle with the authority in the public arena of things. And then Venus and Mars coming into your 5th house for conjunction, just giving you a lot of creative inspiration and creative energy to create and to be expressive and to have enjoyment and to experience like true joy and enthusiasm and fun in life. So Aries, that is how these energetics are playing out for you guys. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Aries. Okay, Taurus. Hi, Taurus. So for you guys, you have Mercury coming visible this week in your 3rd house. And this should really give you clarity in terms of ideas and information and things that you've learned. And also just generally, this is very good communicating energy. You should be on top of your communication game this week. And this is a really good week for you guys to be like negotiating and to be explaining things and to be communicating with other people and to be saying, what's on your mind. You're very supported mentally and verbally this week with Mercury coming visible in your 3rd house, which is ruled by Gemini and Mercury. So this is a very good information and communication week for you guys, Taurus. Now, you also have the Venus and Mars conjunction that will be happening in your 4th house of the home, the family, and the mother. So this is really starting a new cycle and giving you guys a lot of creative energy in terms of your home and your family and your parenting, or your motherhood, or in terms of your own mother potentially, or just things that are going on in your home, changes that you want to make to your home or to your family or to how you're caring for yourself. The fourth house also rules, like what we're eating and just how we're generally caring for ourselves. So this week you guys might have some creative inspiration coming through just in terms of things that are going on to your home, renovations or changes you want to make to your home, how you can improve your ability to be a better parent or to communicate better with your children, to have better familial relationships. And like I said, this is starting a new cycle for you guys that's going to go on throughout the next pretty much 2 years. That's really going to help you evolve and take you up to the next level in terms of how you are interacting with your family, with your roots, with where you came from, and, operating out of the mother archetype and, the energy that you're putting into your family and your home and your parenting and the deep intimate connections that you have, the people that you really care for. That is where this energy is giving you creative intent and inspiration and energy for you, Taurus. Now, you guys have the sun coming into an opposition with Pluto, and this is on the 3rd and the 9th house axis. The 3rd house is the house of communications, and Gemini, the 9th house is the house of Sagittarius, and the whole picture, the greater truth and our belief systems. So there are really, for you guys this week, power struggles relating to communicating your truth and things wishing to repress that ability to communicate your truth. Also, power struggles between teachers and students could be something that could come up for you, and you're really being asked to nurture and grow your understanding of things and to detach from the need for your truth to be validated by others or your truth to be validated by people that you feel are spiritually superior to you in some type of a way. That's not really where you should be getting your personal validation right now with this aspect in effect. You guys, Taurus, need to have faith in the power of your own wisdom, and you're really going through a transformation right now in terms of your beliefs with Pluto in the 9th house. This is a purge and a purification and a transformation of your belief systems generally and how you perceive the greater truth in reality. And, with the sun in the 3rd house, this makes a lot of sense because right now during this Cancer cycle, you're really being called to cultivate and develop and learn, to gain more information, to put a lot of tender loving care and intention and time into nurturing your understanding of things and your the information that you're receiving and your perception of reality. And that, again, is playing right into this really huge transformation in terms of your beliefs that are taking place. And it can cause some type of power struggle this week, just potentially in terms of you not feeling like what you've learned, your understandings are being validated or like I said, a teacher-student dynamic in some type of way. But ultimately, it really just wants you to nurture your own growth, nurture your own understanding this month, and come into your own power of your beliefs through your own wisdom that you've gained. And that is how this Sun Pluto is sort of playing out for you guys in the 3rd and the 9th house. So that's what I have for you this week, Taurus. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Taurus. Hi Gemini, this video is for Gemini for your weekly forecast for the week. And for you guys, Gemini, Mercury, your chart ruler, is coming visible this week. So this is a really big, good week for Geminis generally, Gemini ascendants specifically, but also Sun, Moon in Gemini as well, because our chart ruler or primary planet is coming visible. So we are going to be getting clarity generally this week, which I know we could all use because our planet has been retrograding and squaring Neptune and all over the place, especially during his own cycle. So we could definitely, we as Geminis, and I'm also a Gemini ascendant, we definitely are getting a gift this week in terms of Mercury coming visible. And it's happening in the 2nd house. So this is really going to be giving us clarity in terms of projects that we need to be working on and start working on now. And also financial matters and the how we're going to create a stable living for ourselves going forward. Information, clarity, and also possibly opportunities coming through in terms of work, finances, projects that we're working on, things that we're building, because the second house, it rules what gives us stability, what gives us comfort, what helps us feel like safe and secure in the world, and just like I said, gives us the comfort and the security. And it's also related to our own internal value, our own perception of our own self-worth, our own self-love, which really is externalized, becomes the state of our finances. So that's kind of how they play, and the state of our material comfort. So that's sort of how they play out together. But for us, it's a really good week for us to focus on projects and building and financial security, putting energy into that. We should have a lot of inspiration and ideas coming through, and like I said, possibly opportunities, messages coming to us this week while Mercury is becoming visible in the second house. So this is a really good thing for forward progress in terms of anything that we are working on. Now we have Mars and Venus coming into a conjunction in our third house. And again, the third house, this is the house ruled by Gemini. So this is also our house, right? And so we have a lot of creative energy towards communicating ideas and information this week as well. And again, that sort of comes back to Mercury coming retrograde in our second house. This week we might be receiving a lot of information, having a lot of conversations with people that could turn into these opportunities for work, helping us with projects, helping us what we're working on, helping us to stabilize our financial situations going forward. There could be a lot of opportunities that come through us this week. And also, if anything that we're working on requires writing or communicating or, thinking things through in complex ways, this is going to be a really good week for progress, for working on anything involving communicating. We are in a very good window period for that this week, Gemini. With Mars and Venus in the third house, we really should be putting a lot of our creative energy into communicating, into writing, and any way that we can, sort of fuse these mercurial themes, writing, communicating, gaining information, learning, teaching, into these projects that we're working on. That's going to benefit us this week as well. Now, for Geminis, we have the Sun and Pluto opposition happening on the axis of our second and our eighth house. So this is really power struggles relating to money, resources, and financial issues. Also, joint finances, personal value, and self-worth can come up with this. What we need to do this week, Geminis, is we need to be nurturing and growing our self-love and our self-worth and our internal sense of self-value. And we need to be detaching from the need to receive our personal self-worth, our personal value, how much we love and respect ourselves. We need to detach from needing to receive that validation from other people. We need to really find it within ourselves and attach to the validation we get from finding that in and of ourselves. Pluto in the eighth house is purging and transforming our subconscious mind right now, and any shadow side issues and complex intertwinements with other people that sort of create these dynamics that can keep us controlled and enslaved as a result of, like I said, these complex intertwinements that we get going on because of these weird subconscious patternings that usually result from some type of trauma that happened earlier in life, and then this programming gets set in place and we don't ever see it, we don't ever think about it, but it ends up leading us into these really weird, complex intertwinements with other people that we end up feeling obligated to for some reason, and it really stems from a lack of personal self-worth, personal self-value, and being able to validate that within ourselves. And that is what Pluto is doing for us right now in the eighth house, purging and clearing that out, transforming our subconscious mind and our own relationship to our own internal value. So our job really this week, Geminis, is to come into the light of the truth of the inner self-love and the value that we have genuinely, and to step into power over our own subconscious mind and to become the master over our own reality and our own external experiences of comfort and stability through this process, because really they kind of go together. whatever subconscious image we hold of ourselves on the inside is generally reflected in the level of material comfort and security that we experience on the outside. And so for us Geminis right now, we're really going through a process of coming back in touch with our true authentic value so that we can then project that outward and create better and more stable everyday living experiences going forward. So that's really how these energetics are playing out for us this week, Geminis. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Geminis. Okay, Cancer, it is your turn. So for you guys, Cancers, you have Mercury coming visible in your first house, and we know this is your month. This is the Cancer cycle. We're in the new moon Cancer cycle. It is Cancer season, so you guys are really leading the charge right now, and you guys have Mercury coming visible in your first house. So this should really be providing you guys some type of clarity in terms of what's going on with you personally. Things you need to do and realizations generally about yourself, ideas about yourself, clarity, realizations about yourself and what you need to do right now, Cancer, with Mercury coming visible in your third house. You might be receiving some type of messages or just coming in contact with ideas or clarity, or like I said, this is the third time, realizations about yourself somehow this week. You also have the Mars-Venus conjunction in Leo happening in your second house. And so this is a lot of creative energy towards projects and things that you're building, things that you're working on, and things that you're growing, like financially, to provide comfort and security and stability for you and yourself in your life. You guys have, this is a really good time for you to be working on projects because you have a lot of creative energy and creative inspiration to put towards building, to put towards creating stable things that can provide financial security and that can provide comfort, material security, material possessions, and that also can make you feel good about yourself and your own self-worth and your own internal value. With Mars and Venus coming into a conjunction in your second house, you're really beginning a new cycle right now of creative pursuits and of things that you can build. And this will take you throughout the next 2 years, but the things that you are building, the things that you are working on, and the things that you are like stabilizing and structurizing over the next couple of years are really going to be infused with this combination of both Mars and Venus energy. So they could be very magnetic and very attractive and just very solid and whole and integrated in their nature, containing both the feminine and the dynamic or masculine dynamic. And you know, with these energies happening in your second house, you really should be working on things this month that require, you know, action, passion, creativity, because you have it in abundance, and whatever you are creating under these energetics, like I said, are going to be attractive and magnetic to others and could benefit you very well going forward into the future. So this is a really nice placement for this Venus-Mars conjunction for you. Now you also have the Sun and Pluto opposition happening on your first and your seventh house axis. So this is power struggles between what is best for you and feeling controlled and enslaved through relationships to others for some reason. Pluto in the seventh house is purging and transforming your relationship dynamics and asking you to stand in your authentic power by caring for yourself. That is really what this dynamic is doing for you guys this month. It's like, as you blossom and bloom and put the energy and the intention into caring for yourself this month in this Cancer cycle, you will start to attract very different relationship dynamics, because the way that Pluto is really transforming, like I said, and purging the way that your relationships happen and the ability that other people have to have power over you. And this cycle, by really cultivating yourself and learning about yourself and understanding yourself more and really putting time and care into who you are and what your genuine, authentic needs are, this is bringing you more into your own personal power so that you are not any longer attracting these dominating relationships. That's sort of how this dynamic is playing out for you. You're really being asked to come into your own personal power through caring for yourself, which will then liberate you and change the way that you're relating to other people. So that is how these dynamics are playing out for you guys this week, Cancer. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Cancers. Hi, Leos. So for you guys this week, Mercury is coming visible in your 12th house. So you guys got to pay attention because you might be receiving some type of like divine inspiration or spiritual messages, spiritual guidance, intuitive urges or hunches to do something, messages coming through in dreams, and you really should spend some time this week sort of like meditating and praying and like connecting to your higher self, you know, whatever way that you utilize to sort of connect to God and receive guidance. That is very primed for you guys this week. You really could receive some type of spiritual assistance coming through because Mercury is going to be coming visible in your 12th house of spiritual connection. This also could give you some clarity in terms of things that you need to let go of because the 12th house is also the house of releasing things. And with Mercury there, you know, maybe you've been wondering if you need to let something go or if you need to hold on to something. And with Mercury coming visible in your 12th house, you could get that clarity this week. Somehow clarity coming through regarding things of a more spiritual or unconscious dimension coming through to the forefront of your conscious mind, or like I said, clarity about things that you need to let go of and things that you need to release. And this could be anything from thought patterns, especially with Mercury, like thought patterns or ways of perceiving or beliefs or ways of understanding that you need to let go of. But this could also be, you know, people or relationships or just circumstances generally that you gain some type of clarity and that you're like ready to release now. So with Mercury coming visible in the 12th, those are some of the ways that this could be playing out for you guys this week, Leos. Now you also have Mars conjuncting Venus in your first house. Mars and Venus are conjuncting in Leo. You guys are ascendants in Leo, and so that is in your first house. So for you guys, you are really getting like a blast of this creative energy and this creative inspiration in terms of you, in terms of your personal presence, your physical appearance, your personal vibration, your personal resonance, your personality, how you resonate and vibe with other people and how other people perceive you as well. You're going to be very magnetic, very attractive this week, you guys. Leos, with this happening in your first house, people are definitely going to be noticing you and definitely going to be wanting some of your time and attention this week. This is also a good week, you know, for anything that you want to do to recreate yourself. Putting creative energy into recreating your personal image, into expressing yourself in a more authentic way, into, you know, making changes to your physical image, your physical appearance in some type of way, especially, you know, with Venus there, these could be beneficial for you and they could make you more magnetic and more attractive. You guys are starting a 2-year cycle right now where your personal image, your personal appearance, your personality generally, your personal resonance and vibration and how people perceive you is getting an upgrade. And by the time we get done with this 2-year cycle, you guys, there's going to be something about your personal presence that's much more even magnetic and attractive than it has been up until this point. So really cool that you guys have this aspect going on in your first house, and I really hope you get to make the most of it. Some good things coming. You guys could also be getting into relationships with Venus and Mars in the first house opposing the 7th house. You guys could be getting into a relationship with this aspect happening in your first house this week. Now, for you guys, you have the Sun opposing Pluto from the 12th house to the 6th house. So Pluto really in your 6th house right now, you know, this is a power struggle between sort of wanting to rest and relax and feeling like you have to like work and do your daily duties that you might not be like all that thrilled about, and some type of like power struggle or dynamic between, like I said, wanting to take a vacation and the work that you have to do that you feel like is like controlling your life and you're like enslaved to it in some type of way. In this cycle for you guys Leos, with the moon, or with the sun and the moon, the new moon in the 12th house and the sun in the 12th house for this opposition, it really is asking you to grow and cultivate that spiritual connection, and to take a vacation, and to meditate, to pray, to get a lot of rest, and to really be putting a lot of intention and energy into relaxing, retreating, calming down, letting things go, and taking a vacation. It's true. But with Pluto in the 6th house, this is like an obligation to some type of daily task or daily ongoing, that feeling like you're controlled by it in some type of way. But Pluto in the 6th house is really wanting you to make fundamental, like, purging, purification, and transformation to what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, what your day-to-day life experience is really like, what work you're doing every day, how you're serving yourself, how you're serving others, what is your lifestyle like. It's really like you need to be making some type of major lifestyle change, and it has a lot to do with cultivating your spiritual side this month. Like I said, you know, that those themes: meditating, praying, relaxing, letting things go, cooling off, calming down, being a little bit more isolated. Maybe you go on a vacation by yourself and you're really trying to get away, but people are so attracted to you, they're trying to make you do all this stuff every day, and you feel like you can't say no. Like, that would be, I could see how that could be one way that this energy would be affecting Leos. But really, with the polarity with the 12th and the 6th, the sun in the 12th wants you to be isolated, wants you to let things go, wants you to merge back into spirit a little bit this month. And Pluto in the 6th is saying you really need to make these fundamental changes to your day-to-day life. So that's kind of how this dynamic is playing out for you. And it's like, as you cultivate and grow your spiritual side, your ability to connect and to be guided more through your own intuition and what's truly right and best for you, it's like this will contribute to helping these changes happen to your daily life, to your lifestyle, to your habits, to your routines, in a way that is most beneficial for you going forward. But there could definitely be some type of thing that you guys are dealing with this week between really wanting to just like get away, but feeling like you just are totally obligated to something that you have to do on a day-to-day basis, and not being able to get the peace that you want. So that's what I have for you guys, Leos. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Leos. Okay, let's talk about Virgos. Hi, Virgo. So for you guys, you have your chart ruler, Mercury. Mercury rules 2 signs, Gemini and Virgo, and you are one of them. So your chart ruler is coming visible in your 11th house. And so for you guys, this is really great energy, and you are going to be receiving clarity, information, communications, messages from other people, groups, organizations that you associate with, very active mentally, wanting your opinion, wanting your feedback, giving you information that can help you in some type of way. Very good communication energy for what's going on externally with the groups that you choose to associate with. Also clarity coming for you guys in terms of any type of friend groups, social networks that you participate in. Any type of lack of clarity or misunderstandings should get cleared up this week, and you guys should get a lot of insight in terms of what you need to do to move forward with these groups, with these organizations, with these social networks and situations that can benefit you in the future. Just a lot of positive energy for you socializing with other people, for your ideas mattering and being significant to the people that you choose to associate with. So this is a really nice placement for Mercury coming visible for you guys this week. You also have Venus and Mars coming into a conjunction in your 12th house. So you guys really have a lot of creative energy to put towards like channeling from spirit, like getting divine inspiration and divine insight, and connecting and merging with the more spiritual energies, the like wholeness of everything, and extracting like the beautiful creative energies and forces available in that like God source, God code 12th house energy, the wholeness, and using that to give you some type of creative inspiration to carry through in your life. So you guys this week with the Venus and Mars conjunction in the 12th house, you're really getting a boost in the way that you relate to spirit and relate to your higher self over the next 2 years as Venus and Mars go through this cycle together. The way that you relate to God, to source code, and to the higher aspects of yourself are getting an upgrade now, and a lot of creative energy and inspiration is available to you from the universe, really, with Mars and Venus conjoining in your 12th house. Now you guys also have the Sun coming into an opposition with Pluto from the 11th to the 5th house. And so really this month, this cycle with the Sun in Cancer in your 11th house, Virgos, you're being asked to nurture and cultivate those relationships with those friend groups, with those organizations, with those groups that you're a member of, that you associate with, that are part of like a greater good, a greater cause, a greater purpose, where you fit into the overall whole of things in terms of your social networking and your socializing and what you contribute socially to others. Really asking to put energy into your networking, your associations, and collaborating with other people this cycle, this new moon cycle. But with Pluto in the 5th house, it's like there's some type of repressive force or some type of power or control dynamic going on with your ability to express yourself freely. So it's like you are supposed to be putting this energy into nurturing your ability to create and to communicate and to provide to the overall context, to the overall group, to your associations with other people. But for some reason, you're feeling limited in your personal self-expression and your ability to authentically express the nature of your heart and what you really want to say and like what's really on your mind being suppressed or held back in some type of a way. And really, Pluto at this point in time is asking you to restructure, purge, and transform the way that you create, and your own creative power right now is what is being highlighted with this opposition. So, you know, you're being asked to nurture these external relationships, but on an internal level, the process of doing this is trying to help you upgrade and to purify and transform your own relationship to your own internal creative ability. And so there might be some type of like power struggle this week in terms of what you're wanting to communicate, like what you are, like your true creative, authentic self-expression coming out, being juxtaposed to like the ideas of other people or other people's expectations of you or what other people think that you should be contributing, being sort of like feeling controlled or stifled in your ability to contribute your own creative truth from your heart. At this period of time, that's kind of like the power struggle, the dynamic that is at play. But it's really like the more that you nurture these relationships, the more validated you are in your own internal creative power. It's like you're receiving a lot of external validation from other people this cycle, and therefore it's helping you to come more into the authority and control and realize like a better relationship to your own internal power, and to be able to use that to create and to contribute your creative self-expression instead of feeling limited and controlled and hindered by it in some type of a way. So that's really how these energetics are playing out for you guys this week, Virgos. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Virgo. Okay, Libra. Hi, Libra. Let's talk about you now. So for you guys, you have Mercury coming visible in your 10th house. So that is good news for career. That is good news for public reputation, public image, for dealing with authority figures and bosses and stuff like that. You guys should be getting some good words, or they should be liking your words, or you should be getting some good feedback, some good insight, some good information in regards to your career and like your relationship, like I said, to these authority figures in your life. Also with Mercury coming visible in the 10th house, you might just have some really good ideas, or you might get some messages or some insight that really help you in the direction of your career, or bring some type of prominence to you publicly this week with this activation with Mercury coming visible in your 10th house. So this is definitely a great week for you guys. If you have a conversation that you need to have with a boss, or if you have a conversation you need to have with somebody who holds any type of superiority or authority over you, this is the week to do it. You guys are very supported in verbalizing and communicating and your thoughts and ideas as well when it comes to authority figures, your career, bosses, and your public reputation, your public image. Now for you guys, you have Venus and Mars coming into a conjunction in the 11th house, and this is the people that we choose to associate with. This is the groups and the organizations and the social networks that we're a part of. This is our friends groups, and this is really how we contribute, like what we personally contribute to the overall whole through our friendships and our presence and who we associate ourselves with. And so you guys are actually going to be very attractive and very magnetic to people. It's a very social time for you. I expect you guys to be making new friends, a lot of new friends, joining new groups, joining new clubs, affiliating yourself with new people, becoming parts of new social networks. All of these things are very supported for you guys. You're going to have a lot of personal magnetism, a lot of personal attractive power this week. And it's really starting a 2-year process where you're going to be bringing your associations, your friend groups, your networks, the organizations that you're a part of up to a next level that is more in alignment with your evolution in the way that you're able to relate and interact with other people going on for you guys starting now and over the course of the next couple of years. This is how this cycle is playing out for you. For you, you also have the Sun opposing Pluto this week between your 10th house and your 4th house. So for you guys, you might actually feel there might be a power struggle going on between career and like home and family. There may be some type of like home or family obligations, or feeling enslaved to something that is going on in your home or with your family that is kind of at odds with the energy that you are trying to put into nurturing your career right now, to nurturing your public image, your public reputation, just kind of like a push and pull between what's going on at home and intimately and what's going on with your career and publicly, you know, the one wanting to sort of overpower the other. But really for you guys, Leos, this cycle, you are being called to put that attention, to put that care, to put that time and energy into cultivating your career, to cultivating your relationships with authority figures, to cultivating your public image, your public reputation. And in turn, this should actually do something to sort of help make a better balance between the home, the internal world, and the career, the external world. You're going through some type of purge right now, some type of deep transformation and a purification in terms of the way that you're relating to family, where you came from, to your roots, generally also motherhood, parenthood, and stuff like that. And so with you guys, it's purifying your relationship and transforming the way that you do this area of life, and it's asking you this. I mean, there just is this dynamic, this power struggle that's going on for you between the home and career. That is basically what it boils down to for you guys, Leos. But the home environment, this is going through a major transformation right now. And on the flip side of that, you know, you're also starting to shine in your career, and you're being asked to put a lot of energy and intention into what's going on with your career this cycle, so that you can make it stronger and better going forward in the future. And this should ultimately clear up some of these issues that may be going on at home as well. So that's really how these energetics are playing out for you guys this week. If you guys liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Libra. Okay, Scorpio, now let's talk about you. So for you guys, Scorpio, you have Mercury coming visible in your 9th house this week. So that means you guys are gaining some information. You're getting an awakening about something. You have some really good truths coming through that may give you clarity in terms of your belief systems on some type of thing. You guys are really, this is awakening energy for you happening in the 9th house with Mercury becoming visible in your 9th house. And this is really going to give you some type of genuine clarity on the overall picture of something in terms of the truth of reality of something, or your belief systems, your overall understanding about something. Definitely gaining some type of clarity and messages coming through that help you understand the bigger picture this week with Mercury coming visible in your 9th house. For you guys, Scorpios, you have Venus and Mars coming to a conjunction in your 10th house. So actually for you guys, this means that you're going to have a lot of creative energy to put towards your career, to put towards your public reputation, to put towards your public image, to put towards sort of like charming bosses and authority figures. You guys have a lot of very magnetic and attractive energy right now in terms of your career and what you're doing publicly, and you have a really good, if you need to get someone in authority on your side for some reason, this is definitely the week to do it with the Venus-Mars conjunction happening in your 10th house. You're likely to get your way and to, just like I said, be very attractive and magnetic in terms of what you're asking of bosses, what you're asking of superiors, authority figures, and also just your public presence, your public contribution is likely to receive recognition right now with Venus and Mars coming into a conjunction in your 10th house. And actually, since this cycle for you guys is starting in your 10th house, over the next couple years, while Venus and Mars make their, continue and do their whole cycle, this is really going to be evolving and upgrading your public image in some type of a way, and it's going to be a good thing for you. You're really getting a boost and an attractive upgrade to how you present yourself publicly in your public image and your public reputation. So that's nice. That's a good thing, right, Scorpios? You also have the Sun coming into a opposition with Pluto, one of your chart rulers, from the 9th to the 3rd house. So for you guys right now, there is just some type of power struggle going on between what these truths, these greater understandings that you're trying to come to, and feeling like people dominating or controlling your thought processes in some type of a way, being very enslaved to previous understandings, or to being controlled by information that is no longer in alignment with your highest truth. This is also a teacher-student. There could be conflicts going on between teachers and students, if that applies to you this month, but definitely just some type of power struggle going on between the information that you're gaining, or what you're communicating, or the information that's coming to you, and the information, the type of understanding that you're really trying to actually attain, the truths and your belief system. You guys, with these energetics, this new moon happening for you in the 9th house this cycle, and with the Sun in the 9th house for this opposition, you're really supposed to be putting energy and time and care and nurturing into broadening your perspectives, gaining a greater understanding, enhancing your belief systems, and coming into alignment with a more genuine overall truth about things. And like I said, for some reason with Pluto in the 3rd house, it's like there's some type of dominating force that's controlling the information that you have access to for some reason. It's creating this power struggle dynamic. But ultimately, you're being asked to really purge and transform your understanding of things generally, how you learn, how you gain information, and how you communicate with other people, undergoing this deep purge, purification process of transformation, ultimately that will bring you into alignment with these higher truths. So this is just sort of how this power dynamic is power struggle dynamic could potentially be playing out for you guys this week, Scorpios, with the 9th and the 3rd house axis activated by the Sun and Pluto. And again, Pluto is one of your chart rulers. And Mars is one of your chart rulers too. So actually, you guys, Scorpio, both of your chart rulers are activated by very extreme activations this week of energetics. So this should be actually a very big, busy week for you guys, Scorpios. You might really be feeling this the most, since Mars and Pluto are both heavily involved in activations that are going on this week. But really, with Mercury coming visible in your 9th house, you should be getting clarity, and this the presence of Mercury coming visible in your ninth should be doing a lot to help you in gaining this overall wisdom. And this is the awakening energy that you guys have. This is a beautiful thing. It should definitely help with these power struggle dynamics that you have going on. So that is what I have for you guys, Scorpio. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Scorpio. Okay, now let's talk about Sagittarius. Hi, Sag. So for you guys, you have Mercury this week coming visible in your 8th house. So honestly, this could bring you some clarity in terms of things that have been going on behind the scenes. You might find some things out that have been hidden from you that you weren't told about, and it could be in relation to deep, complex, intertwined connections with other people, intimate relationships, joint finances. You're going to be getting some type of clarity in these areas of life about something this week. Understanding things better, misunderstandings clearing up, seeing things from a different perspective that gives you more clarity, or receiving information somehow, messages coming through that help you understand what has been going on better in these like deep intertwined connections, intimate connections, resource intertwinements with other people. You also have Venus and Mars coming into a conjunction in your 9th house. So you guys are going to be having a lot of creative energy for like awakenings and for gaining wisdom, gaining insight, gaining a greater understanding of the overall picture, what's really going on, what's really happening. And you know, this also plays into Mercury coming into visibility in your 8th house, because that is also uncovering things. So you guys are uncovering things this week, and you are also having a lot of creative energy to put towards your pursuit of truth and expanding your beliefs, expanding your belief systems, expanding your perceptions, and really getting into better alignment and better touch with the overall picture, the overall perspective, the whole story that you need to have now. So that is really interesting how those two dynamics are playing out for you. You also have the Sun and Pluto making opposition from your 8th house to your 2nd house. And this again is very much about these purging out these deep intertwined connections and relationships with other people, and the impact that they're having on your material success, your finances, and your stability, comfort, and security in life. Right now, you have the Sun in your 8th house, and it's really asking you to put a lot of time and attention and care and nurturing into sort of like healing your deep wounds, your deep inner complexes, bringing the subconscious shadow side areas of your life to the forefront of your consciousness, shining the light on them and trying to heal them and to understand them and to help transform these these inner entanglements that manifest as outer entanglements that can lead to like financial obstructions and being controlled by resources and finances and material comfort and security. With Pluto in the 2nd house for you guys, there's like some type of oppressive force that's like controlling you through finances or comfort or material security or, you know, money, or through your own lack of internal power for some reason. And right now, you know, you're really going through a process of coming into your own power and being the own authority of your finances, of your comfort, of your stability, and really recognizing the value and the truth of the power of what you have inside and your own self-worth and your own self-value. This is sort of the dynamic that you're working with these aspects in the 2nd and the 8th. And so really like this process of focusing on and healing these inner wounds and clearing up shadow side issues, integrating shadow side issues, and transforming and healing and changing subconscious programming is what is going to empower you to step into your own power and become the authority over these financial situations that provide the security, the structure, the material comfort, reevaluating the value of your own internal self-worth. And as you go through this process, it will really bring you into mastery over your own experience and solve a lot of these problems that you have in relation to your intertwinements with other people that, you know, may be keeping you financially limited and financially unstable at this point in time. So that is how these energetics are playing out this week for you guys, Sagittarius. If you guys liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Sag! Hi Capricorn, it's your turn. Okay, so for you guys, Capricorns, you have Mercury coming visible this week in your 7th house. So you are going to be getting some type of clarity about relationships. Whatever you've been uncertain about that's been going on in relationships, partnerships, with contracts and agreements, business partnerships, you should be receiving some type of clarity, some type of messages, communications, information, ideas coming through that streamline things for you guys somehow in terms of what's going on in your relationships. This is a very good time for you guys to be communicating with other people. Your information, what you have to say, should be quite well received from others this week, and other people might really appreciate your ideas and what you have to communicate, what you have to contribute. So it's communication in relationships, partnerships, financial agreements, contracts, and business partnerships this week for you guys. Definitely getting a highlight with Mercury coming visible in your 7th house. And yeah, so you guys should be relating really well to other people this week generally. Now, you also have Venus and Mars coming into a conjunction in your 8th house. And this is really giving you like a lot of creative energy to sort of get to the bottom of your root issues, to look at what's been going on under the surface that has been keeping you in sort of like these complicated, complex intertwinements with other people on like a deep level, and sort of like see that and kind of redo how you're relating to other people on like a deep and intimate level. This also, for you guys Capricorns, you could be getting married also with Venus and Mars coming into conjunction in your 8th house, or over the next 2 years as they go through this cycle together, since it originated in your 8th house, which is joint resources and deep intertwinements and connections with other people. You could be getting married. You could be finding your like partner that completes you or feel like you relate to on like that really deep level. Or you could generally be, this energy could also help you to deal with issues that have been preventing you from being in the proper relationship dynamics. So that really is how this energy is playing out for you guys. You could also be feeling kind of intimate, and your sexual energy could be really high over this month, over this cycle, over this week, while Venus and Mars are conjoining in your 8th house of Scorpio. So something to keep in mind, Capricorns. Also, you guys have the Sun opposing Pluto from your 7th on your 7th and 1st house axis. Pluto's in your 1st house right now. The Sun is in your 7th house. The Sun, so this is definitely power struggles between who you are and who other people expect you to be, or who other people want you to be. You're personally going through some type of purge, purification, and deep transformation of your personal identity right now. And there could just be some type of power struggle going on between what you want to be and what you want to do, and who you are and how you want to represent yourself, and what other people want you to be and who they want you to be and how they want you to represent yourself, creating some type of just lack of balance, some type of like juxtaposition of these two things, your personal identity and your relationship, how you relate to others. Both of those axes are involved in this power dynamic. And, you know, really you are being called with it is the Cancer cycle, and the Sun is in your 7th house. So you really are being called to put love and care into and make your relationships a priority right now. And this should do something to help you break through whatever is constricting you from making these changes that you want to make. Whatever external power sources you feel are holding you back or putting control on you or enslaving you to someone else's version of you in some type of way, by cultivating more genuine, better, and putting more care into your relationships right now, this actually has the potential to free you from these limitations somehow and allow you to make the transformations that you're wanting to make in terms of your personal identity. So really that's how these energetics are playing out for you guys this week, Capricorns, with the 7th and the 1st house being so highly activated, and Mars and Venus conjoining in your 8th. So if you guys liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Capricorn. Okay, now let's talk about Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. So for you guys, you have Mercury coming visible in your 6th house. So that means you guys are going to be receiving some type of clarity, getting some type of information, messages coming through in terms of how you can improve your daily lifestyle, your habits and your routines, ways to upgrade what goes on a daily basis, clarity about something that has to do with your work or has to do with, you know, things that are happening on a daily basis for you, your daily routines, like I said, your habits, your lifestyle, some type of awakening or some type of clarification or some type of clarity or just receiving some type of guidance or information this week that helps you to make lifestyle changes that are going to benefit you in some type of way. Clearing up something that has some type of misunderstanding in terms of what's going on a daily basis with your health. Also, you could be receiving information this week that could really help you make changes to your lifestyle that benefit your health in a lot of ways, or help clear up some type of any type of health issue that you've had going on. And also in terms of, you know, anything that has possibly been going on with like pets as well. Information, clarity coming through potentially about that. This for you guys is really just all about what goes on a daily basis, day-to-day basis, and receiving some type of insight, some type of clarification, or some type of enhanced communication or messages about what you're doing on a daily basis, or a better ability to communicate or to give or to teach. The 6th house also rules teaching. It's the sign of Virgo. So just definitely highlighted something to upgrade your daily life or your desire to teach and communicate information this week being enhanced and highlighted for you guys. You also have the Venus-Mars conjunction coming into your 7th house. So you guys are going to be very creative, attractive, and magnetic in terms of relationships. Other people are going to be just drawn to you like, you know, moths to a light this cycle with Venus and Mars in your 7th house. You also could find yourself attracting really wonderful relationships right now. You are another sign that could potentially be getting married sometime soon or throughout the next 2 years with Venus and Mars making the conjunction in your 7th house. But something about your relationships is definitely getting an upgrade, the way that you relate and interact with other people over the next 2 years. This is a really good placement for Venus and Mars to be having a conjunction for you guys. So definitely something about your relationships getting an upgrade, a lot of energy and creative ability in terms of relating with other people right now, and you are just very magnetic and very attractive. People are going to want to talk to you, want to associate with you, want to be around you at this period of time, and this is just because you guys have that conjunction going on in your 7th house, so this is really awesome. Also for you guys, you have the opposition from the Sun to Pluto, and this is happening on your 6th and your 12th house axis. So right now with Pluto in the 12th house, there's something that is making you feel like it's like you can't relax. Something is like keeping you from being able to relax or to calm down or to retreat and connect to like universal source, universal spirit, feeling like there's some type of like external power source that is keeping you out of connection with spirit or God the way that you want to. And you're really at this point in time with the Sun in your 6th house, you're being called to make changes to your daily lifestyle or to put a lot of energy and care and intention into caring for yourself, into your habits, into your routines, really self-nurturing, self-care, and self-service with the moon or the new moon in Cancer cycle that we're in right now, having fallen in your 6th house. You are being called to really upgrade your daily routines, your daily lifestyle, your daily habits, and make them so that they are more serving to your health and to your well-being going forward. And there's just some type of power struggle that's going on right now between what you need to do to take care of yourself and wanting to just sort of get away from it all and not participate in it and not be controlled by your daily life. I guess that's kind of another way that this could manifest. Really, you're just being called to bring a greater balance between your daily mundane world and your spiritual life. You're going through a huge purge right now. This process is actually working to bring you much more in touch with your own internal spiritual power, your own ability to channel and connect to your divine path and to receive inspiration and guidance from the divine and to utilize that as a power source for you in this reality. And it's just, there's just this dynamic that's going on between what's going on a daily basis and your desire to sort of retreat or to go on vacation or to rest, and not wanting to potentially make these changes. But that's really what you need to be doing right now. You really need to be focusing and putting energy and caring for your lifestyle and taking really good care of your health, exercising, supplements, diet and nutrition, all of these things, upgrading your daily life so that you can be healthier, and therefore then you can connect. It's like you're being asked to purify your vessel right now, sort of, so that you can have a more powerful spiritual connection is really what it comes down to. But there's just some type of limitation or something that makes you feel like held back or enslaved to the way that you've always done things for some reason. And that is what is being cleared up for you right now. And it may just create this like power dynamic where you know that you need to do certain things, you know you need to take these responsibilities to yourself, but you're just kind of feel like you can't, or you're being overpowered, or you're not wanting to for some reason. And it could be for something that you feel like is like external to you or out of your control. But really, by taking the time to take care and to serve yourself this cycle, it really should help with you going through this process of coming back into your power in alignment with the power that comes to you from your connection to the divine. So that's really how these energetics are playing out for you guys, Aquarius, this week. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, Aquarius. Okay, Pisces, now let's talk about you. Hi, Pisces. So for you guys, you have Mercury coming visible in your 5th house. So you guys are a creative powerhouse this week. You are going to be getting tons of creative inspiration, messages, ideas, clarity about the true nature of your authentic ability to create from your personal self-expression, just getting really brilliant creative ideas. This is with Mercury coming direct for you guys in the 5th house. The 5th house also rules creative brilliance, and Mercury rules the mind. So you guys are going to be brilliantly creative this week, and I definitely urge you to pursue any type of creative inspirations that come to you, because this is it's a blessed positioning for Mercury to be coming direct in your, or to be coming visible in your 5th house, and just receiving, being able to really connect with your creative genius. That's what this is bringing out for you guys this week. So that's awesome, and you should enjoy that. Also, you have Venus and Mars coming into a conjunction in your 6th house. So you guys actually also should have quite a bit of creative energy in terms of making lifestyle changes, or in terms of upgrading your habits, your routines, and how you're serving for and how you're caring for yourself on a daily basis. Also, your health. This will get, like, if you're having any health issues right now, this will do a lot to improve your health and to improve actually also your enjoyment and your ability to just find the creative inspiration and the creative purpose in the actions that you're doing every day. There is just a lot of actively creative energy available to you to improve and to upgrade your daily life experiences right now. And this also maybe in relation to pets as well. The 6th house rules pets. So you may be getting like new pets too, or just putting a lot of care into taking care of your pets and your animals right now. And just generally you are feeling sort of just inspired to do a better job of taking care of yourself and doing your day-to-day routines. This is just a lifestyle upgrade over the next 2 years that's going on for you guys with Mercury, or with Venus and Mars coming to a conjunction in your 6th house. Now, you guys, for you, you have the Sun opposing Pluto from your 5th to your 11th house axis. And so how this is playing out for you guys, it's like there's a power struggle going on between your personal creative self-expression and how you want to express yourself and what you want to create and who you want to be in terms of how you express yourself creatively, and the groups, the associations, the organizations, the friend groups, the social networks that you associate with, feeling sort of like dominated or controlled or enslaved to their expectation of you, and it creating a power struggle between, you know, like I said, what you want to create from like your heart center that's authentic to you, and what other people, friends, groups expect of you. With Pluto in the 11th in organizations and any groups that you're affiliated with, social networks, all of that stuff. With you guys, you really, with Pluto in the 11th house, this is really trying to purge and transform and purify the way that you associate with other people and the type of groups and friendships that you create, attract, magnetize, and participate in generally. And so it's like with Pluto there's definitely some type of power and control exerted on you coming from groups of people that you associate with that is stifling your personal creative self-expression. But this month, with the moon and the sun and the new moon in Cancer falling into your 5th house and the sun falling into your 5th house for this opposition with Pluto, you really do want to be putting your tender love and care and really mothering and nurturing your creative self-expression. And those 5th house Aries are really how you find enjoyment, how you find pleasure, how you play, and how you have fun. This is where you need to be putting your energy and your care this cycle. And you know what? It's almost like by doing that, by just saying, screw it, I am going to put my energy into cultivating what's in my heart, and whether or not you approve of it or appreciate it, this is what I'm going to express, and this is what I'm going to create, because this is what's authentic and alignment with my soul, my heart, and soul expression. It's almost like by doing that, you are coming into your personal power, and these groups, these associations will transform as a result of that. It's like through you embracing and embodying your light, the 5th house, Leo, the sun, you are, these groups, these associations, these networks will purge and transform themselves, and they will realign in a way that is much more authentic to the new power dynamic that you have set up between yourself internally and the way that you allow other people to dominate your personal heart and soul self-expression going forward into the future. You are learning to stand in the truth of your heart and to disregard any type of feedback really that's coming from anyone who would wish to hinder that in any type of way. And it's like these networks, these associations, these friends groups will transform to suit the changes that you're making to expressing your genuine authenticity. So that's really how these energetics are playing out for you this week, Pisces. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tune in tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. So those were my videos for all of the 12 signs for the astrology of the week. We have, like I said, we have a lot of activations going on this week. The 3 that I was focusing on for this report and for these forecasts, for these readings, were Mercury coming visible this week. This is big news. Venus and Mars conjoining, and also the Sun opposing Pluto. 3 major dynamics that are going to be playing out throughout the course of this week. If you guys liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me comments. I love your comments. Ring the bell if you want notifications every time I upload a video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. And tune in to, if you want a day-by-day play-by of the rest of the energetics that are happening this week as they're happening in real time, and how they're going to be playing out, how they're going to be affecting, and when these exact energetics I spoke about in these videos are going to be hitting, like the days of the week, the exact point in time when they're going to be activated. Tune into my daily videos every day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you back here tomorrow for my astrological outlook of the day. Bye, guys.